I need y'all to like the video, comment if you want, but turn your post notifications on so you know the next time I drop. Up next, she has a doctorate in neuroscience and can't find a job. Check it out.
I know this is a really difficult moment for so many different types of people and that this moment isn't going to last forever, but it is incredibly disheartening to have spent the last 17 years of my life hustling and grinding to be in higher education and STEM fields like science and neuroscience, and be a freshly minted PhD with my doctorate in neuroscience, and still struggle so much to not only find a job, but find one that pays a livable wage. What do you mean I have the highest educational degree that you can get in the entire world, something that only 2% of people in the world have, and I'm struggling to find a job that pays more than a fast food manager position? If you factor in the time that I took to do my bachelor's degree, then work for 5.5 years after the bachelor's degree doing like highly technical research jobs, research associate doing stereotaxic, cranial windowing surgeries, to advance, research about how our visual system processes information, managing an entire research laboratory at the VA Puget Sound where I did like literally every aspect of the research, budgeting, training people, hiring people, conducting the research, writing, grant writing. Like I had 4 published manuscripts from that one experience. Then a 5-year doctorate program where I was working truly like 60 hours a week, sometimes a lot more, just because the workload was so intense and the pay was so little. So I also went into further debt to do that. And my grad student experience was very successful, objectively. If you look at my resume, it's like first person in the history of my department to secure over $300,000 in fellowships and research grants and external funding, co-founded a nonprofit to support underrepresented folks into STEM fields, early career awards, 5 published manuscripts. Like I was busy. What I find so disheartening about this conversation too is that people will say, oh, well, just don't go into research, don't go into science, don't go into higher education if you want to be rich. That shouldn't be the point. We should not only let class privileged people advance scientific discovery. We can see how horrific that has been for scientific discovery up until this point. Class privileged people should not be the only ones able to get an education and advance our fields. That's ridiculous logic. And nobody is trying to get rich off of science, but like a livable wage, one that says, hey, you can afford to live in the city that you are working. You can afford to pay off some of your student loans that you had to take out of necessity to get to this point. And you might have a little bit extra to be able to support your aging family.
Look, you cute enough to go find you a rich nigga. That's what you need to do. You need to go find you a rich nigga. Stop talking so much and ride off into the sunset. They lied to your ass. They put you in crippling debt for nothing. They told you that these degrees matter and they don't. Trust me.
We don't care about how independent you are. We don't care about how much money you make. We don't care about what Ivy League school you went. It does not matter to us. Why is it that you find Anthony Davis, $300 million is what he made. He just married the waitress. What woman in here, $300 million, gonna marry the man in the drive-thru? You don't raise your hands because I'm gonna kick you out of here for lying. You're not gonna do it. You 300 million strong, and he's saying, can you please drive up, man? Hold on for a second. You want biscuits with that? He looked kind of good. I like the way his nameplate is. You ain't gonna give him he can't even ask you a question outside of that restaurant. That's the truth. But you can take a man who's a multi-billionaire and she comes from nothing. She can be walking barefoot with dirty feet. But if there's something about her that he likes, that's who he's gonna marry.
Translation, if that bitch bad enough, he'll take her out of poverty.
It's just the truth. It's how we are. Why? We're provided. I can change all of that. I can put shoes on her feet. I can clean her up. I can do all of that. I can't buy femininity.
These women think that they have the same capacity as men to date on their economic level, when in reality, that's not the case. The nigga on your economic level ain't going for degrees and monetary value. He's going for looks submissiveness, and femininity. You don't usually find that in the workplace. You don't usually find that on the same economic level if you making that type of bread as yourself. Men can reach back. That's what they prefer, to lift a woman into prominence. Women think, hey, I'm already in prominence, just take me. And it's like, nah, it still is. Not the speed bag.
And I'm sorry, I could not be a man in this new generation because I would have been put that fire on y'all females. I'm sorry. Because what you mean, you can have my number, but you got to pay my rent. What you mean, I can't have no kids, but you got 4. What you mean, if you out with your homegirls, I got to pay for everybody's stuff. What you mean, I gotta be rich, but you live on your mama couch? What you mean, I gotta have more than 3 pair of pants, but you only got 1 wig? What you mean, if I want to take you out on a date, I gotta pay for you a babysitter? What you mean, if I want to take you out on a date, I gotta buy your son some diapers and shoes?
Oh, we ain't even gotta take it there. Once we snatch attention away and start ignoring y'all hoes like we doing right now, y'all gonna get in line. What happened? Why they not chasing after us no more? Men they ain't interested. Listen, you better come correct or don't come at all. You know what it is.
Chosen ones never blended. Your spirit knows you were never ordinary. While others were being formed, you were being forged. While they got blessings, you got battles. While they got platforms, you were in despair. But here's the secret hell doesn't want you to know. Your despair was never punishment. It was preparation. Because chosen ones aren't put on display. They're put through the fire. Because those who survive the furnace can carry the flame. There is a reason the enemy fucked with your mind. Why betrayal hits you harder than most. Why you're tired yet unbroken. Crushed but never destroyed. For you were chosen, not by man, not by even religion, bloodline, or birthright, but by a God who whispered your name before you were born. There is something embedded in you that hell can't delete. A divine code that screams untouchable.
I just put that in there for the ones, if you know, you know.
I swear, one thing I will never understand is the thought process of a man. Like, why leave this out? How hard is it to just pick up your toothbrush, put it in the drawer, and close the drawer? Like, what's so hard about that? I swear, it's something I will never understand.
She's making light of the situation, but if you live with a woman, you know that that's 1,000% true.
This dog named Coco.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Hi, I think I found your dog Coco. It's a Yorkie poo.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm in Atlanta area. She's right here, but can you, just to confirm it's your dog, can you like call her name, please?
Coco! 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 Oh, you's an old stupid bitch, huh?
Hey, you gotta give her props though. She caught on right fast. She wasn't even really like, you ain't catch her off guard or nothing. She was like, oh, okay, I see what this is. But that was funny, I ain't gonna lie.
Are you two in a romantic relationship? Ooh, love is in the air. I used to lick the television screen when the weather lady came on, and that's how I figured out I was allergic to dust. Mm-hmm. Hi, I'm Bren. Nice to meet you.
Bill.
Nice to meet you, Bill. Wow. Oh, hi, Deb. Nice to meet you. Let's go back to this guy. You've got a face I'd trust to bandage my inner thigh wound.
I don't know what that means.
I know about that.
Well, after you folks.
No, you please go.
Okay, alrighty.
Please go.
Is it normal to shed tongue skin after a stressful phone call?
I don't know about that. I don't think so. I don't have any stressful phone calls, I couldn't tell you.
Kenneth just called me, said they're airlifting the tuna fish out of my 2000 Accord.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Well, my refrigerator hums in Morse code and it's been begging for a release, so.
Here we go.
Yep. Yo hablo español. Ajá. Me gusta tu cuerpo. De nada.
I couldn't watch this one all the way through because I got that thing, what's it called? Secondhand embarrassment. And so it just so cringy to watch shit like that. But I find it interesting that you got people in the world that has overcome secondhand embarrassment enough to the point where they can make it awkward for people in public. That's a skill when you think about it. It really is. I'm trying to tell you.
Nutella. Coca-Cola Light. Coca-Cola. Springless. Inglés, pues. Netflix. 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 Huh? Pepsi. 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 Señora, véndame un Pepsi. Señora, véndame un Pepsi. Señor, véndame Pepsi. Pepsi. Pixi. Ay, no. Cola Pepsi. Huh? TikTok. Huh? Kentucky Chicken. Kentucky Chicken. KFC. KFC.
Boy, they be struggling with that English, boy. I ain't gonna lie though, I was rooting for her.
Everybody shut the fuck up. Hey, shut the fuck up. Let me tell you something right now.
If you made it this far, check out the video we just did of Lil Tay making $1 million within the first 8 hours of her turning 18 on OnlyFans. It's crazy.